Now, yes, the title and thumbnail are crammed full of hyperbole, but this, I think, is one of the best NFTs that you do need to get. Now, let me break it down for you, who's behind it and how it actually works. So the guy behind the NFT is LiamD. Now, Liam is an Aussie guy. He's up from Queensland. So we've chatted a few times. He's been following me for a while and I've spoken to him. Now, this is crazy because Liam is super connected, well connected in this space, and this will kind of get into it when I get to the NFT. Now, I need to say this is not financial advice. You need to do your own research, but this is a free mint. So like the risk sort of is very, very low. It's just gas. But then also saying that when you see the people that he's connected to and what he's actually bringing together and the value that he's offering, you're going to be blown away with it. So Liam, on YouTube, he's got sort of 3.5, so he'll be at 4K subs by the time you see this. He is absolutely blowing up currently, but on Twitter, he's got almost 12,500 followers. Now, Liam's been in the space for a while, but he's also been in some alpha groups and mixing with some people behind the scenes. So he's very well connected and he knows exactly what is happening. So what Liam wanted to do is he wanted to put together a summit. And then the idea is he wanted to take the best minds from the NFT space and hold a free summit for people. It will be a free mint, 1,000 passes, so it's a super low supply, 1,000 passes, free mint. Then what happens is those that attend will be able to attend those webinars, seminars, things like that in a virtual space within a Discord. Everything will be recorded so you can then look back onto it. Now, I know you may be thinking, hey, but I just want to flip it. I just want to make some money. The idea with this free mint is that there's going to be so much value crammed into it, so much access crammed into it that you're going to get a whole bunch of value out of the actual summit itself. So even if you were to buy this on secondary, if it did go up, you are able to actually get some value out of it that isn't just the NFT flip itself. And when it comes down to the people that he's having speak at the summit, he has Zeneca, he has LiamD, he has Champ, he has Bento, and he has about 20 more people, including me, your boy NFT Nate himself. Now, Liam's whole aim is to bring in the best of the best, bring in these people to share their secrets, share their tactics, but it's not just, hey, what to kind of buy to flip. It's also mentality. So someone like me, I can kind of break down reading about some charts, things like that. Some other people can talk about their tactics and the way that they operate. So you can then get the best curated sort of information from a very concise source to then kind of better your experience within the NFT space. Now, to kind of drill home the sort of connections that he has and why I think this is a play and why I think it's a bigger play than you may first realize is that when you have a look at him, he's got sort of, like I said, the 12,500 followers on Twitter, but when you have a look at the common followers, you will recognize some of these people. He's really well connected. I keep saying that, but the idea is he knows these people. So he can reach out to guys like Zeneca, Champ, Bento, LiamD, and be like, hey, can you come along and do this? Now, this is crazy because you're going, these guys are super well respected in the space in what they do. And the fact that he is able to pull all these strings and get these people together, that is no easy feat. If you yourself were to try to go around and kind of contact all of these people and get them on board to do a talk, to do a presentation, that's going to be very hard. So the play here that I see longer term is the fact that Liam is what I would call a sleeper in the NFT space. He has these connections and he has enough equity that he's built up. And this is a keyword. He's built up some equity. He hasn't tried to monetize anything. He's just offered. Then when he's asked something, we've all jumped on and go, yeah, we'll do it for sure. Why not? So Liam has a buttload of equity in the NFT space, and he's also got a YouTube channel, so he's building up that. So Liam is poised to position himself as a real big player in the space. Now, where I see this going in the future, and I don't know exactly what he's going to do. We've been DMing back and forth, but this is my kind of sort of forward thinking, is the fact that with a supply of 1,000, the idea is that next summit he does, you're going to then have this utility of having a past summit because he's been in the space. He knows that to kind of develop a very high floor, to develop a big sense of community and holding, what you want to do is you want to create some utility, long-term utility. So I can see this as almost being the genesis pass of what he will do, the ability to get onto the whitelist of what he may eventually do in the future. This may be the pass that'll then get you into future summits. This I see as being the genesis piece in his intro into the space, offering value that would then get you ahead. Now, full disclosure, I am, because I am speaking, I am whitelisted for it, so that's kind of a given. But the idea that this could be perceived as sort of pumping my own bag in a sense, because I'm going to have a free mint. But what I would like you to do is have a look at him and just see how he's playing, how he's moving in the space. Because for me, this isn't a flip of an NFT. Even if you weren't to attend and get the insane value that you're going to get from the summit itself, there's the fact that he's able to pull some strings, get some people together for something that I think is quite monumentous in terms of an ability. The ability to kind of get these people into an agreement to actually kind of give away some of their knowledge, some of their secrets, do this. The kind of stuff that you'd be paying thousands and thousands of dollars for passes, for alpha groups, all this kind of stuff. You're getting all of this. And this is why I think this is great. And this is why I'm kind of going to bat, because when we circle this around, when we circle this back, what I look at is the fact that you usually should bet on a team. Now, some of the best performing projects that I've ever seen are teams that know how to execute well and founders that are absolute guns. That's why when it comes down to influencer alpha passes, they're great because you're essentially buying stock in this person and going forward. Now, if you are able to get this mint, sure, you may be tempted to mint it and flip it, but I can see the long-term play of this being the introduction. The idea that he's going to be able to do this summit, then get more attention, and then when the next sort of summit comes up, the next big thing that comes up, those that are holding, I can see having some kind of value. Now, I also want to touch on the other thing where I think there will be value in the networking that can happen. The idea that you're going to have a tight group of 1,000 that are kind of learning, this is going to become a little kind of hub, something to kind of spin up. You're going to get the value, you're going to be able to do this networking. Now this comes back, I've done videos on this before, the fact that you should be networking, the fact that you should be kind of making friends in the space. This is kind of one of those things where it's almost like an alpha group slash closed group slash kind of launch pad, all those things that everyone wants to get into. And it's being delivered to you on a platter when it comes down to what is actually happening within the space. And when you look at what Liam's actually doing. So I've got his link for his YouTube up here. I've got a link for his Twitter down there. Follow him, sub to him, stay across it, because what he is doing is different. It's exciting, and it definitely hits the right meta, because we are in this free mint meta, so he's doing that free mint. He also is delivering a utility that we haven't really seen in the space, so I think that is a big, and that's a first. Then you've got all these huge names, which are draw cards. I'm genuinely excited to kind of speak there, because it's also going to help the networking aspect, because the speakers are going to network. I'm going to network with the people that are there. It's going to be good. It's going to be great fun. And the idea is that it starts to build a sense of community, and I can see this kind of playing out very well longer term, because if you do look at past NFTs that have done very well, they are very tightly based around community with founders that are absolute guns. So that is my kind of breakdown about what the NFT Summit is, why I think it's a bigger and better play than you may have thought of, and it's not just a free mint whitelist flip. I actually think it has more potential longer term. So if you found value in this video, please consider hitting up that subscribe button while you're down there. Also hit up the like button. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.